You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello and welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast that's suitable for all ages from 2 and everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and this week, listeners, actually, do you know what? I'm a bit thirsty. My mouth is all like dry, which isn't really good for recording a podcast, is it? Ugh. I think I'm going to get a nice glass of fresh cold water. Linda, I'm just going to get a glass of water, Linda. Do you want anything, Linda? Well, off to the sink I go. Just got to get a glass, turn on the tap, and a sausage? What? Why did a sausage come out of the tap? Ugh, that is disgusting. I don't want a sausage from a tap. Oh, I'm going to try again. No, I want a glass of water, not a glass of sausages. Ugh. Hang on, that's the cold tap. Maybe the hot tap will be a little bit better. Hot sausages? No, this is not right. And my mouth is so dry. Help! You can't quench your thirst with a sausage. I'm so sorry, listeners. I was hoping I'd have my top podcast voice on today, but without any water, I'm just getting more and more croaky. Maybe if I let the tap run for ages and ages, all the sausages will run out and the water will come back. No! So many sausages! I don't want all these sausages. Where am I even going to put them all? Maybe if I take a letter out of the mailbag, there'll be some space to put the sausages in there instead. Good idea, me. You're welcome, me. We make a great team. Yes, we really do. Okay, this is from Small Monkey 88 Fred in Australia. Wow, that's a lot of small monkeys, isn't it? Well done on being the 88th one, Fred. I think that's quite the accolade. Fred says, I am Gobby Bob, Bombala Bombadingo. Great. I am so pleased for you, Fred. It is so nice to hear when someone's found something they're good at and gets rewarded for it. And now, right, sausages in the bag, but I'm so thirsty. Right, I'm going to just be patient and calm and patient, and I'm going to leave it a while, and I'm going to see what happens. Maybe it'll just sort itself out. Okay, so listeners, if you want to send in a message or a question that needs answering or anything else at all, then please get your nearest peanut-headed guff sheriff, sorry, I mean grown-up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And you can always reply to an episode on the Spotify Q&A too, or leave a nice review on Apple Podcasts. Do also check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk to find out when we're doing a live show near you. And this week's Importantest bit, as you'll hear in a second, is with the excellent Nat Luurtsema, who's written loads and loads of brilliant, very funny books for kids. But she has a brand new one out in just a few weeks called The Overthinkers Club, Happy List. You'll hear us talk about it at the end of the interview, but I'll also pop a link to order it in the podcast blurb for this episode. So do check that out. It is for ages 9 to 12, and it is going to be such a brilliantly fun read. Okay, let me give this a go. The sausages must have run out by now. Sausages and mash? But I'm so thirsty. Oh, while I look into this mess, you listen to this most importantest bit. Hooray! It's Nat Luurtsema back here on Radio Nonsense once again, famous for her global efforts to make the sea taste not just salty, but sweet, sour, bitter and umami as well. Nat, it is so nice to have you back on the show. How are you?
I'm good. It's so nice to be back. I've just got out of the sea briefly to come and talk to you, so I'm just going to dry off, if that's all right.
That's great. It's nice of you to speak to us on location. I think that's impressive.
There may be like a penguin wandering by and tell me if it gets too windy, but other than that, I think this is fine.
That's incredible. So you're in, hang on, Penguin. I'm just going to do my maths calculations. Penguins are found in, is it Bournemouth? No.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of them in Bournemouth. I'm at the, oh, is it Arctic or Antarctic? Listen, I just got in the Uber and I said, take me to the sea.
That's
And
fair. Well,
yeah,
they always say there's a thing about one of the polar bears are only at one and penguins are only at the other. I think penguins are in the south and the polar bears at north. But then sometimes they must go on holiday, right? And sometimes
surely.
they must visit each other.
Yeah, there must be some sort of exchange program. Like
Yeah, and
you just
also
think
I've
you
seen
would.
penguins at the zoo, and that's not anywhere near the Antarctic.
Very true. And the only rule is like Arctic means bears are here and Antarctic means bears aren't here. And no one else is included in that. So they can just go wherever they
Wow.
want.
And also, I didn't know that's because I thought Antarctic had ants. I thought it meant there were ants there.
No, no, the ants actually hate Antarctica. They just don't
Wow.
like the vibe. They don't like all the white everywhere because they can't decorate their homes in a way that they enjoy.
Oh,
They're much
that's a
more like
shame.
neutral colors, not like like a white. They're just like, oh, this is very boxy.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Actually, I
Mm,
can see
mm,
that with
mm.
ants. They make those lovely hills, and you think they wouldn't look right, sort of in ice, would they?
No,
No,
no, not at all. No.
no.
Also, camouflage wise, as an ant strolling across an ice slope, you might as well write on your bum, eat me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But yeah, I'm trying to work out what would eat an ant in an Antarctic. Probably everything.
An
Actually, I think everything eats
anteater?
everything.
An
An anteater.
anteater, my friend. The name is on the tin.
So I'm learning so much about Antarctic wildlife. This is I really
You're
until
so
speaking to you, I
welcome.
thought it was just penguins, but it's not even penguins.
Oh,
They're
it's
in
so much more. Have you ever seen an anteater?
not like casual. I've sort of seen them on the TV hosting the news and stuff, but not like
Yeah,
I've not
obviously.
seen them like wandering around my area or anything.
No, not where you live, but well, I because I've seen them in the zoo, and every time I talk to their bum for ages, and then someone has to go the other end, and I'm like, oh, every time.
Because their tail looks like a long nose,
Yes,
and
and their
they're
nose looks like a tail,
that's
and
incredible.
and I guess maybe their burps smell of farts, and their farts smell of burps. So at that point, I just don't know which way.
Is I mean, because both burps and farts would smell of ants, right? So it's going to be really hard
Yeah,
to work it out. It's the
yeah,
worm
and
problem,
then
you know? Yeah.
it is the worm problem. Yeah, and like when
Mm.
you're investigating it, before too long, some zookeeper's going to come up and be like, "Ma'am, can you not?" And you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fine, fine, I'll get my nose out of there. Fine." God, this country.
It's I know it's appalling. It is appalling. But you know that's why you head to the sea, and I respect that. Although well, you're heading to the sea partly for your campaign, but you also like the
Mm.
sea, don't you?
I love the sea. I wrote a book about mermaids actually, so I spent like a year traveling around the world, investigating mermaids.
Wow. Did you interview any actual mermaids?
Oh no, no, you can't get close enough to them, but you just catch glimpses of them, and then you have to write
Mm,
about the glimpses. But yeah, they're
sure.
they're very shy of people, and also they've got
Yeah.
very sharp teeth and they will bite. So I
Right.
approach them at a
Right.
respectful distance.
Well, this is one of the things that, and I've talked about this on the stage before actually, but the one of the things that I always feel with mermaids is the general image we get is they're really beautiful and they've got long flowing hair and they like to sing and all this la la, they've got friends with crabs, but then their bottom half is a fish, so they must do those
Mm,
long fishy poos like goldfish do, which go on for ages and get stuck to their bum, and
yeah.
that's not very nice.
No, that is generally how you know a mermaid is in the area. Like, firstly, ethereal singing, yes. Shells decorated like jewelry, yes. Tick, tick, tick.
Yes,
But then the biggest dangly fish poo you've ever seen in your life.
it's horrid.
Tick, tick, tick. It's really horrid, but very exciting. Now I get very excited if I see a massive fish poo because I think, oh,
Yeah.
mermaids are here,
Yeah, that's nice. So
or
do
a
you
big
encounter
fish.
them? I was going to say you don't encounter them well because you said they're quite shy. So I suppose you don't
Oh,
encounter them
so
at all.
shy.
But when you're out swimming in the one of the Arctics, the
Hmm,
ant or the
hmm.
non-ant, are you encountering these possible mermaids?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
get narwhal mermaids at
Right.
the
Right.
poles.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got like the big horns on their foreheads, and they're very
Right.
aggy, super aggy. Yeah,
Yeah. Is that because they
mm,
can't put a hat on with the
yeah.
that? Yeah.
That is
That's
that.
pretty
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah,
That's really
yeah. Because
annoying.
often when I want to calm down, I'll just pop a little soft hat on, and that is
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
simply not an option for a narwhal mermaid. There's no
Very
pop your little
annoying.
nightcap on. Oh, and do you know if you want
Yeah.
to have a really good night's sleep and you put socks and a hat on, and then you just go to bed and you're just so toasty, neither of those things are an option because they got a
Yeah,
fishtail and they got a pointy head.
that is awful. Do you know you've just made me think of that because it's so nice when you wear like a little night hat, little night socks,
Oh,
and
little
then I
Hong
think
Kong
that's the problem
schnoo.
with like, and I think that's the issue with like when you have to get dressed and go out, you put on socks and you put on a hat and you go, oh, I'm sleepy now.
You're sleepy. Yeah. I barely remember going out because I've broken my ankle.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't want to bring it up right at the start, but you,
I want to
despite
tell
coming
everyone
out
I've
of the
broken my
sea,
ankle.
well, despite coming out of the sea and nearly bumping into a penguin, you have got a broken ankle,
I fell
and you
on the
have to keep it up.
pebbles. The pebbles
Yeah.
were wet and I just fell and I went over and I broke two bones. So now I just have to keep do you know the rule? Toes above nose. Do you know how hard it is to keep your toes above your nose?
That's a really impossible thing to. I mean, I'm sure there are like circus performers and gymnasts that can do that really easily, but
Cirque
that's
du
very
Soleil,
hard.
they'd be like, no probs, mate. Toes
Yeah,
above
that's right.
nose, I call that Tuesday.
Yeah,
But
that's right. They've got a whole show about it. Yeah, I'm sure
yeah.
they would. Yeah,
But for
but
me, really difficult.
yeah, it's got to be hard, like getting around with. Do you just sort of roll around on your bum? How do you do it? If your toes got to be above your nose.
Yeah. I'm allowed my toes down for 10 minutes every hour, but then I sort of panic and I'm like, what
Mm,
will I do with my 10 minutes of freedom? And then I'm on
mm.
crutches anyway, so I'm sort of hopping around like Tiny Tim.
Have you thought about putting a skateboard on your back, and then you could keep your leg in the air while skating down the road?
That's such a good idea. Do you know I could pop a parrot as well on top of
Yeah,
that one foot that's held aloft?
yeah.
Because then
There you
that
go.
parrot could like warn me of danger, announce that I'm coming, make chit chat.
I mean, if you go the whole hog, you can if you could have a sail that you could sort of hold above your stomach, and
Yes.
then maybe
Put the end in my
you
belly
could be like
button for
yes,
anchorage. Yes.
and then you could basically be like a sort of road pirate ship.
Yes. I'm staying with my parents. They'd be so cross if they got back and the neighbors were all like, so your daughter's a road pirate now? And they'd be like, absolutely not that.
Yes,
No, no, this is a nice road.
but you'd be able to get so much treasure.
Oh, yeah, I would. I could get to the sea, no trouble as well.
Mm.
I'd just
Yeah,
say to
yeah,
the parrot,
exactly.
find the sea, off we go. Where am I closest to? Like maybe Essex, maybe down south. I mean, either way, all sea is good sea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's a good. I just think like it's terrible that you broke your ankle, but sometimes I think the hospital says things like, "Oh, you should stay in bed and you should rest it," but they're forgetting that there's all these other opportunities that lie in a broken ankle,
You're
right?
such a bad influence. Is that your message on today's podcast? You know, when doctors tell you to do things, well, counter argument, don't.
Just saying, like they don't think outside the doc box. They don't. They've got their little list of maybe just lie in bed and keep your toes above your nose, but they
Maybe
don't
don't walk on
think.
it.
Yeah, they don't think hang off a trapeze because then your toes are going to be above your nose.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
not coming at this creatively, are they?
that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
know when they first put me in plaster cast that there was too much up the back behind my knee and like it was just a mistake, but man, I went home and I couldn't bend my leg. And so anytime I
Oh,
tried to lower myself to sit or to be honest, just sit on the toilet, I'd fall the last foot.
oh no,
It was so bad. It was so
that's
much pratfalling.
that's really. Do you think it's training you well for being able to use stilts when you're feeling better? Though, because that's kind of how you move on
Yes.
stilts.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You don't move your knees, do you, on stilts? You walk like a
No, just
gingerbread man.
yeah. So you could. Oh yeah, I mean, you could take up that as a career as well.
Yeah, it could be a really tall, stilted gingerbread man.
Yes, there you go.
Yes,
So open new door. I know you got. Obviously, it's an injury and it's debilitating, but you can think of it as opening new doors,
that's it.
really tall doors, really big
Yeah.
tall doors.
Yeah, as they say, when life breaks an ankle, it opens an elbow.
That yes, that's right. That's exactly what they say. Yes, yes, that's a good phrase. That's better than toes before nose,
Toes
toes
above
above nose.
nose. Yeah,
Yeah, not
that
before nose.
is.
That means you
No,
got to go.
my toes are always before my nose
Yeah,
because I'm not
that's
like shooting through the air like a bullet,
which you could.
which I
That's another
could.
way to. You could get around by cannon because technically that wouldn't hurt your ankle.
Well, but maybe when I landed, though, it's
Oh
hard
yeah,
to
yeah. Good
guarantee
point.
my
Yeah, yeah.
landing
Good point.
really tidily.
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah,
very
it's a
good
good
point.
point. Yeah. I do find when I fall over now, and I'm falling over quite a lot, is because I'm trying to like not have the ankle land on the ground.
Mm.
I make decisions like face first. Say not face first.
Not face
Don't
first.
land
No,
face
no,
first. No.
no,
All your
no, no.
thoughts are there.
But then you could reverse, because if you then broke your face, you then have to put nose above toes, and then you balance yourself out, and you'd be back to normal.
Oh man. Yeah, I'd go back to the hospital. I'd
Yeah,
be like, well, doctor, riddle me this.
yeah.
Is it toes above nose or nose above toes? And the doctor would be like, I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired.
Please leave. Please
Just
leave.
go away. Do you know what was quite fun though? When I broke my ankle, it was the first day of the ice. And so when I went to accident emergency, everybody had done the same thing. There
Oh
was like one
no.
drunk man with a bucket, and everyone was like, Sir, you're in the wrong place. And everyone else was like, we fell on the ice. And there was a slightly carnival atmosphere.
Wow. This is the thing and I appreciate that we'll talk about this more in a minute, but I appreciate the listeners to the show are of all possible ages, and some of them will be of ages that are like, hooray, ice, we can do skids and we can slide around. But then there are people of your and my age that go, oh no, ice. It is
Oh no,
dangerous.
my enemy. Well, do you know what? Me 1 month ago was just like, we ice, let's have fun. And I went out in the ice in high heels.
Oh
I was
no.
strutting down the road. I was like feeling sassy. And then suddenly I was completely upside down. And
No,
so I'm
no.
not doing that again.
That's a very valuable lesson. That's why, because
Mm.
snowshoes are like the opposite of high heels, right?
They
Snowshoes are
totally
a
are, aren't
tennis
they?
racket on your
Toes
foot.
above
Yeah.
heels. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you needed. You needed high snowshoes.
Hmm. Lessons have been learned. Do you know what, as well? I fell outside my gym and everyone came running out, and I was like, this is my gym. And everyone went, I don't recognize you. I was like, well, it's not been very often. Wow. Wow. Of all the times that everyone in my gym to come out and be like, well, we don't know who you are, you weakling.
That's very mean, isn't it? But then at
Isn't
least
it?
that's the right. I think if you're going to fall in front of a place where maybe everyone in there could lift you up and carry you somewhere,
Yeah, I
you
did. I got
know,
a princess carry.
there you go. See, that's
There
very
you
nice.
go.
Whereas if you fell
Mm.
outside, I don't know, like a home for cats, they'd all just walk away and ignore you. Or, if you fell
Oh,
outside
yeah.
somewhere where people aren't as helpful, I think at least there, everyone's like, well, I'll pick you up because with one
Yeah.
arm, and with the other arm, I'll lift up
I'll
three
make you a smoothie.
kegs
I'm
of.
making you a quick protein smoothie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, if you fell outside like Selfish People's Anonymous or something, some sort of support
yes,
group for people like, hi, I'm really selfish. They'd all just come out and look at you. Maybe
yeah.
like peel a satsuma and throw the peel at your head as you lay on the floor.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
cold.
if you fell outside an ice skating like training center, they'd all come out and just do loops around you and little twirls.
Yeah. They'd be
And
like, so you fell and you weren't even doing tricks. I'd be like,
yeah,
no, this is
yeah,
walking. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Because it's not something that the Winter Olympics are nearly soon. They're nearly soon. They may have had. I don't know if they'll have happened when listeners are listening to this. But then there's never a bit in that where someone just falls over and hurts their ankle. Like I'm always amazed by that, because I feel like
Yeah.
that's all I. If I was in if I was in one of those ones where you have to wear skis and go up a hill and then shoot a gun at a target and then go down skis, I just
They'd be
constantly
like, he's
fall
fallen
over.
over on the way to the ski
Yeah,
lift. He's
yeah.
upside down. He's crying, and his tears have become little bits of ice. Oh no. Did you see actually? I can't remember where this was, but there was a bobsled event, and everyone like pushes the bobsled down the tunnel, and everyone's meant to jump in. Nobody managed to get in except the one guy. So there was just this poor man rattling around like a smartie all the way down, because it's
That's
meant to be weighed down with
terrifying.
four people, and everybody just stacked it at the top. And I know I shouldn't laugh at people falling on the ice because they are my people, but the whole way down, this man just would
Wow.
have been like, you useless, useless people. You had
Did he
one
get to
job.
the end though? Did he do really well?
No, he didn't do very well because he wasn't heavy enough. Got to be a bit heavy to pick
Ah.
up speed.
Because it's a shame. Because like in a way, like if he'd done really well, he might have got to the bottom going, "I don't need you. I
You've been
don't need
holding
you.
me back.
I'm doing this by myself. I'm doing that with." Because the one that I like is called Skeleton. Because I think that's the only thing that's left of you if it goes wrong.
Yeah,
And
right. That's
yeah,
so scary. That's just
where you
you on
go
a
head
tea tray.
first. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you on a tea tray head first down an ice chute.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
which again
Do you
you
know,
could
I
do with your ankle.
always,
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
could, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
always watch the skeleton and think, oh, I'd break a nail. I don't know why I think that every time, but I'm just like, oh, you would though. You'd really snag a nail on that.
I know. I like that you wouldn't be wearing the gloves. You'd have just gone in there with really nice nails.
I'd have my pajamas on. I'd have had my nails done. I'd have like my little flags on them. Be like, represent. Just get
Nice,
on, break
nice.
a nail, cry at the bottom.
I mean, I think that's a new way to do it. Like I said, you'd have your, like, because you're face first and going downwards, you would have your toes above your nose. So I'm
I
just
totally
saying,
would. Yeah.
something to think about,
Yeah. That should be an exercise I can do. There's loads of exercises you can do apparently with a broken ankle, and I've not done any of them, but they look good.
Yeah, again, think outside the box. There's got to be some different ones that are more fun.
Yeah. Well, I do now have one really strong leg. So I think hopping wise, I'm
Mm.
unstoppable now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hmm.
Exactly. So and also I think that's good to have a balance as well. Like you need,
I've got much better
yeah,
balance. Yeah,
yeah,
because it's quite high stakes now. I have to balance
yeah.
properly or I'm
But I
going
mean, like
over.
you've got one. You could have one having one like a balance of one strong leg and one sort of weaker leg, and then you've got them for different needs. I don't really know what those needs. I don't know what you'd need a weak leg for, but there must be times when a weak leg's better than the strong leg.
I think my weak leg is my story leg. Anytime there's a lull in
Right.
conversation, I've got two quite big scars now either side of my leg. So I'll
That's
just
good.
take my shoe
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But next time we're chatting, and if you think, I wonder if Nat thinks this chat is lulling, if I start taking my shoe off, you're like, yeah, she does. She does.
I can't believe you just ruined it. You've just. I feel like I'm going to forget this, and then it will come back to me as you're revealing the scar, and I'm like, no, no, we
Taking
need
it
better
off.
chat. Wow, it's
This is
very
like my
good.
mum when she tries to talk about her grandchild. They're just, sorry, did someone say small? Well, anyway, I know someone who's small, and then straight in. I'll be like me. Someone say gnarly stitches. You didn't. Well, nevertheless, look at mine.
That's an early stitch is better than small. There's a lot of because you can talk about a lot of small people. You can't talk about many gnarly stitches. I think it makes
No,
it a more
that's true.
unique conversation.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
thanks.
Well, listen, Nat, thank you for so much for being here, despite just coming out of the sea, despite also having broken your ankle, despite all those things. Really, it's brilliant that you are here, and I've got a question that I really need your help to answer. But before that, and you have done it before, but we've got two legally binding admin questions that I have to
Mm.
ask you. They are definitely legally that we have to do them for legal reasons. I'm not sure what legal means, but I have to say it. So, how are you with admin questions while with broken ankle? Can you do?
Yeah, I'm really good actually. Because there's so
Yeah,
many things I can't do right now. I'm focusing on what I can do. And
that's
admin
good.
questions,
That's good.
all over it.
Fantastic. That's very good. Well, the first one I hope isn't too tricky. The second one you might need some time on, but the first one is simply that you, as you know, people of all ages listen to this podcast from -7 to 312 to the Bronze Ages, Ice Ages, all possible ages. They listen in. So I just have to check that you're going to keep this family friendly,
Yeah.
and if there are any rude words, you won't be saying.
Yeah, I won't say bum jam. Obviously,
Wow.
that's just
Yeah,
obscene. Yeah.
that is
I mean,
horrible.
it's really gross. You
Yeah.
don't even need me to tell you what that is. You know. You
No, I mean, but
know.
what's horrible to me is there's many possibilities of what bum jam
That's
could
it.
be.
That's it. Your mind is boggling with the possibilities.
Yeah, and none of them are nice. Like, there's
None of
not a
them are
good one.
nice. No, there's
No.
nothing where you're like, oh, lemon curd. Because you'd still be like, but I know where that came from.
Yeah, either came from, but there's also the like how wine is people stepping on it with their feet. I worry is there jam that people have squished with their bum cheeks, and then and then and I
This
don't
is
want
what you
that.
can do with toes above nose, is you
Yes,
jump off a trampoline and then you hold your legs straight in front of you. You just land so hard on some fruit.
that's so horrible. That is such a horrible image.
Well, when you get it for Christmas, remember to look grateful.
I will absolutely look grateful. And what interesting tones of blackcurrant and bum. It's yeah. Well, bum jam is a really. But then there is also, I suppose, there is the kind of bum jam like could be a dancing like a dance where you wiggle your bum a lot. That wouldn't be
Yeah,
so bad.
it's
It's
not
not that. It's
that.
not that. That's fair. That's
Oh,
fair.
you
And
wish it was that, but it's not
it's not that. No, no. Thank you. No. Oh gosh, I'm so glad you won't say bum
that.
jam on this show because I think already my head is spinning with the worst images. The
You're
worst
welcome.
images. Yeah.
welcome. Hmm.
Thanks, Nat. Thanks for not saying bum jam on this show. I definitely won't say bum jam because it's
No,
disgusting. It's really
absolutely
disgusting.
foul, awful.
Yeah. Wow. Ah, goodness. Well, the second question, I mean, you answered that very quickly, and I want to move on. Normally, I dwell on why these questions are important, but I think with bum jam today, let's move on.
No
Let's not.
further questions. Yeah,
Yeah, no
yeah.
further questions. Just don't
Cursed
say bum jam.
word, absolutely cursed.
Absolutely awful, awful cursed word. The second question, this is a bit harder, I think, so take your time. Would you rather, Nat, that you had to make the noise for any machinery that you used, like car sounds, kettle boiling, or it wouldn't work? You had to make that noise, right? Or that toilets could talk to you and you'd have to hear all their terrible stories.
Oh no! Oh no! Um, so if I get on a plane, I've got to make a plane
Yeah,
noise the whole.
you got to make the whole way. Yeah, you'd have to do.
Sorry, this is legally binding. Oh wow. But it has to be that. It has to be that. I don't want to hear what it's like to be a toilet.
No,
No,
no.
those stories. No one's got a good story. At the very best, it's someone blew their nose and put a tissue down me and then flushed.
Yes, that's true. That
Or
is
someone
true.
pulled the hair out of their hairbrush and flushed it. But that's the best.
Yeah, I think the issue you'd have is mainly when you're using other toilets or like festival toilets would be disgusting.
Oh
But then,
gosh.
but your own toilet, I'd have thought would get quite bored of the chat. Like, there's got to be times when it's like, it's done talking, or if it sees you every day.
I think if your talking toilet stops bothering to talk to you, you have to accept you're quite boring.
Yeah, you're quite boring, or you've done something so horrible that it can't talk to you anymore.
Do you know what? I did once flush a bath bomb, bits of a bath bomb down my toilet from Lush,
Oh
like when
no.
it's all bubbly and bright
Yeah,
pink. And I would think that every now and again my toilet would be like, remember that time you flushed something lovely down me? And we could
that's
reminisce
nice.
about that, maybe.
That's nice. That's nice. We unfortunately had to flush a. It wasn't a goldfish. It was a platy. We had to flush a platy down the toilet, which wasn't. It was still. It was like dying. It was about to be dead, and but we
Oh,
couldn't. If we'd kept it in the tank, all the other fish would have died. Yeah, it was one of those. So
oh
we had to.
no.
It was awful. And I
And I
think
guess
about
by
that
flushing
fish.
it, you were sort of giving it a chance at life because it was still in water. Whereas if you put it in the bin, it definitely wasn't going
Well,
to
that's
live.
it. That's it. And I probably should have put it down the sink. That would have been kinder. But I didn't think it would fit through the.
I don't
But
think it would
anyway,
fit.
no,
No.
no. And then you just think it's probably thinking, what an exciting adventure. Oh no.
Maybe right now it has grown gigantic and it is roaming around the waterways of
Oh, I
England. And it's
hope
just got that
so.
story of the time it was a bit ill, but if anything, that made it stronger and more determined.
Is it going to come after us, or is
Oh,
it? Does
yeah,
it?
it's
Is
coming
it happy
after you.
with? Right. Okay. A bit
No,
scared now.
it's going to
Yeah.
kill Bill you, but
Yeah.
that's just life's rich tapestry, I'm afraid. You got to deal with that. You got to start training
Well.
now.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. All right. I'll think
You
of
got to
that.
go to my gym where you know if you're not going enough because they will tell you. They will look at your
Yes. I just
smashed
got.
body on the ground and go, I don't know you.
Well, that's it. I'm very worried about going into your gym. I'm less worried about being in your gym. I'm worried about getting into your gym, walking on the pavement outside it.
Honestly, there's now a bit of pavement I don't want to walk past.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that
way too
feels like
smooth
a.
and shiny. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want that.
I'd be very scared about that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
is that your? If you decide you couldn't do the toilet center, it would have to
I
be the
couldn't do the
noises.
toilet. Yeah, it would have to be the noises. I don't fly very often. I fly once, maybe every 3 years, and I might fly less now if that's the deal.
Yeah. What about? But you think like every time you use your laptop, you'd have to go tick 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 tick. You know?
Do you know what though? I live and work alone. I make a lot of noises for things around my house. Like I'm chatting to my kettle. I'm
Yeah,
telling my fridge to shut up when it starts beeping at me. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it's what would be the worst? What would be the worst machine noise though that you've got to make and you have to make it a surprising amount of the time?
Don't know. Washing machine maybe would be awful.
Maybe something absolutely constant like electric connections or like central
Oh yeah.
heating.
Like if you had aircon, or like you just have to be going
Oh, well, that's
the
just
whole
another
time.
reason to not have aircon.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's really bad. I mean, it's
Oh
a shame in a
no.
way you don't live in the future and have, say, lightsabers or laser guns, because then you can just be pew 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 like the whole time, and that'd be great. That'd be brilliant.
What if I go live in the woods, cut off from all, go like really off grid, and I got no
Yeah, that's fine.
electrical appliances? I'm all right then, aren't I? Like I go whoosh with the axe when I'm chopping wood.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. No, you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
do that because it's not a machine. So you're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll do the machine thing and I'll go in the woods and I'll be a wild woman. Um, yeah. I haven't really
That's
seen any
fair.
problems with that. I am scared of spiders, but I guess I'll just have to deal with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there must be a place where there aren't a bit like how there aren't ants at the Antarctic. There must be a place that's just spider free.
Ant spider.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. There you
anywhere
go.
that
Yeah,
means, yeah, there's
yeah.
no spiders here. Yeah.
There'll be one of those. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
in Bournemouth. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Great.
You'll be
Great
fine. Well, thank you
plan.
for dealing with those so seriously and giving them the thought that they needed. I appreciate that. And
So
now we've
welcome.
passed the legal questions. I've had this sent in. Right. So this is from Oscar who says
Hello,
well, in
Oscar.
fact, yeah, Oscar's. I will say that he's put in bold. I have a question. So that was in
Cool.
bold, which is yeah,
Yeah. Respect my question. I will
yeah.
respect your question. Go on.
He is big. So he says, "Hi, I'm Oscar, and I'm 10 fridges old." Which
That's so
lifespan of a
old.
fridge? It's very old. Fridges last for a long time, right?
I never replaced a fridge.
No,
No,
exactly. So there,
never.
he's in his hundreds of years. I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Well, sorry, you're a very old gentleman, Oscar, and I will address you accordingly. Hello, Oscar.
Hello, Oscar.
Do you
And
want a
I,
toffee?
and it's also impressive. He's that old, but he still has questions, right? So
Mm.
there's still things he doesn't know, which I think is quite
A
nice to
lesson
find
for
out.
us all. Yeah.
Exactly. So Oscar says, "Hi, I'm Oscar and I'm 10 fridges old. I have a question. Why are foxes orange?"
Oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. Not to shame you, Oscar, because you are like 100 years old, but like I do actually know that one. It's because you know how lots of animals camouflage themselves so they can hide from you.
Right.
Foxes are very bold and sassy. Foxes are deliberately orange, so they're like, "Listen, girl, I'm not hiding from you. If anything, listen to me, right? If anything, I'd wear a hat and bells if I could. I run this joint." That's what a fox is like. A fox is like,
Wow.
I'm not hiding.
So they're
This
like
is my gaff.
anti-camouflage. They want you to know they're
Anti-camouflage.
there.
Yeah, if anything, the fox yearns to be glittery because he's like, "I'm
That's
not hiding."
amazing. Is that why you don't find foxes at an orangery or at places where there are vast amounts of orange
Oh
things,
yeah,
Jaffa Cake Factory? I don't know. Yeah.
100%, 100%. And it's a shame because they do enjoy the taste of orange, but they're not here to blend in. That's not what they were put on this earth
Wow.
to do. They're not blenders inners. They're not hiders. They're strutters.
Wow. I'm very impressed with that. I kind of like that. I think yeah, I try and think of the amount of times I've seen a fox, particularly in a city. I see them regularly, just like, yeah, I'm looking in the
All
bins.
the
What
time.
are you doing? I don't care.
Are you
Yeah,
here to help? Are you going
yeah,
to dish up what's in this bin? Keep
yeah,
walking
yeah,
then.
yeah. I
See,
mean,
in America, they don't have foxes, they have raccoons. And raccoons are disguised as little old-fashioned burglars.
yes,
They're
they
very
are.
much
Yeah,
like, "I'm definitely stealing. I'm on
yeah.
the rob. I'm going to do a little steal."
That's clever.
The fox is like,
So,
"No, I'm not doing that."
I mean, are there other brightly coloured? I'm thinking like sort of like those brightly coloured. You were talking about parrots earlier. Are they also flaunting it?
Well, green parrots really do blend in with the trees, though, right? You know, if you
That's
ever
true.
walk under a
Yeah,
tree and you're like, "Why is this tree screaming?" And it's
yeah,
parakeets.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
sometimes it's parakeets. Sometimes it's a cursed tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it is. Yeah. I can't do like a blanket statement that it's never a
Sure, sure,
cursed tree. No, that
sure,
would be
sure. Yeah.
irresponsible.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
are there other animals that just like to flaunt it?
Yeah,
What
I
are
mean,
your
it's
bright?
mainly birds. Like, there's lots of bird of paradise, and is it all those ones that are like really bright?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, tigers. I suppose tigers camouflage where they live, but they wouldn't
Yeah, they
camouflage if
do,
they're
don't
in
they? Because
London.
the dirt is like quite orangey, isn't it? A lot of places where
Yeah,
tigers live, so they do blend in. I think maybe killer whales are quite, they do stand out quite a bit because they're black and
they
white, but the sea
do.
is blue.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, no, you're right because I'm trying to think. I was thinking like they're in one of the Arctics, but they eat. So there's bits of white, but even then they're then like black. So like the ants, they just stand out.
Yeah. If anything, they just look like a Swiss cheese situation. If the white bits of them disappear, then you're like, "It's a very holy whale." Right. That
Yes,
is
yeah,
attention grabbing.
that's very. It's even weird. I don't know if I'd be more worried about a killer whale or a killer whale with holes in it. So
Yeah.
it's like a
I
zombie
think I'm
killer.
concerned. Either way, I'm just very concerned. I'm paddling over,
Yeah.
I'm having a look. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Are you're going to go and have a look? That's for me. I'd run away,
well,
but you're very bold.
it's part of the Mermaid Seeker's Code. When you're swimming in the
Sure,
sea,
sure,
you got to
sure.
help. Always, it's kind of like being like a girl guide, but in the water.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Very handy. If you break your ankle in front of mermaids, you're sorted.
Oh, yeah, they'd be so helpful. They'd wrap some seaweed around it. They'd scream into a shell to get me an ambulance. When the paramedics turned up, they'd be like, paramedics would be saying, "I'm so sorry, I don't understand what you're saying." But if you put them in
Wow.
water, if you put a mermaid in water, you understand them completely. But
Sure,
I was
sure, sure.
landlocked, so
Yeah, so very tricky. Very, very tricky. No
yeah,
mermaids at your gym. Real shame.
yeah, real shame.
Um yeah, it's a real shame. I mean yeah, again you've really nailed this fox question. I'm very impressed, I think, because I know that foxes in the countryside, they must be slightly more disguised.
A little bit like around dried bracken
Yeah.
but see, that's why they wear bow ties, foxes in the countryside.
Oh, I see.
Mm-mm.
Right, I
They're like,
see.
don't even try and make me blend in. Don't
That
even.
makes sense.
No one puts baby in the corner.
That
They're
makes
like they're
sense.
very main character energy.
And I hate to keep bringing it back to the Arctics. What about, because there's Arctic foxes which are white? What you say
Yeah.
about them?
Well, okay. But the thing is, the Arctic is more dangerous because polar bears are there, and polar bears will just eat an Arctic fox
Sure,
like
sure,
it's a
sure,
mint. They're just like, humph.
sure.
So I reckon anytime you're around a polar bear, you actually maybe just dig a hole and get in it and just be very quiet.
That's fair. That's
Those
really
lads are
good survival
huge.
tactics. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really, really good. I mean, I didn't realize you were such a nature expert until speaking to you today. But this is
I've
take
lived a
that,
life.
David Attenborough. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly. I don't hear that. I've never heard him say get dig a hole and get into it when you're near a bear.
I never have either. Well, I think that's irresponsible.
Very
And you know what?
irresponsible.
If
Yeah.
you do have an ankle injury like me, dig a hole, go in bum first, fold your upper body and your legs
Oh
tightly
yes,
together, and then you are still toes above nose.
that's great. And if you've got blackberries at the bottom as well, you can make some bum jam while you're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll come out and be like, I've actually been up to something in there. Get me a decorative jam jar. No, not that. That's because I was scared. That's the jam.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to make sure you put the right thing in the pot.
In the pot.
Well, I hope Oscar. I hope you're happy with that answer, Oscar. I don't
Hope
know if
you
you can hear
enjoyed
me.
it, Oscar. We'll do a
Yeah,
jigsaw in a minute.
that's nice. That's nice. You're very nice. You're very good. Very good with people that are 10 fridges old.
Yeah,
Um,
got to be respectful.
you have to be respectful. Nat, I was going to ask you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back on the show. Thank you so much for answering Oscar's question,
My pleasure.
despite ankle, despite swimming. I was going to ask you what you're up to, but I know that you have got coming out imminently. You have got a new book coming out called The Overthinkers Club Happy List, which is
Yes.
very much for people of the age that listen to this podcast, apart from those that are maybe 10 fridges old.
Do you know what? I think it's for everyone because it's about being anxious. It's about when
Oh,
you like
nice.
think too much and you get really stressed and anxious about things, and about how to like calm your thoughts down and how to pursue happiness, because when you're happy, you're less anxious. So like keeping that balance in your mind. And it's
That's a
also got
very good
loads of
point.
pictures and illustrations in it.
That's what you want. So tell me, what's the story? Tell us what happened. Well, not tell us what
Oh,
happened. Don't ruin it. Don't tell us
don't
the end. Don't
ruin
tell us the
it.
last
God.
page. But
Ooh.
the bit before the
All the
last page.
pages up to the last page, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about Birdie. So Birdie's 12 years old and she's an overthinker, and her best friend Chloe is also an overthinker. And their teacher says, "Do you know what? You should just form a club." Um, and so they're the Overthinkers Club, and they make a list of things that make them happy, and then they work their way through that list. Every week they pick a new thing to try to see if it makes them happy. And does everything work perfectly? No, 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 it doesn't. I'll be honest. Um, but it is a worthwhile pursuit because I think happiness is a learned skill sometimes.
That's a very nice thing to. And yeah, I might do it. I might make a list. I'm going to put making bum jam at the top, and then I'll
Not having a broken ankle, put that right at the
not having a
top.
broken ankle. That's right. That's right. Not
Yeah,
going to that gym.
flex your
Yeah, yeah,
feet really happily, waggle them in
yeah.
the air.
Well, I'm very excited to read it, and I'm sure many of listeners absolutely love it. And it's out on March the 12th, but you can
March the
pre-order
12th.
it now, I believe. That's how it works, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Right this second. You can do it this very second.
Immediately. Run. Run.
Yeah, and is that from good bookshops, but also bad bookshops? How about
Also
sort of
bad ones. Yeah.
ambivalent ones? Are they also all right?
Completely chaotic neutral ones. Yeah. All the
Yes.
bookshops should have it. I went
Good.
into every single one of them. Fox under my arm, so they noticed me.
That's
They
good.
spotted me
That's
coming.
good.
Yeah. Hmm.
Very good. Well, listen, very good luck with the book. Very good luck with the ankle, mostly.
Thank you.
Very good luck with the toes above your nose. And
Thank you. And I will send you
hopefully,
some bum jam in the post.
please do. Well, no, I don't look forward to it. No,
You
I'm
don't
really
look forward
dreading it,
to it.
actually. It's
No.
really terrible. Yeah, thank you. Thank Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much to Nat Luurtsema for having time to answer Oscar's question despite her broken ankle. Nat's new book, The Overthinkers Club Happy List, is out on March the 12th, but you can pre-order it right now, and I've popped the links to do that in the podcast blurb. Oscar, I hope you liked your answer, but if not, why not put any complaints you have in the trash can outside, and then a fox will probably take it in the night, and I'll never have to see it. Remember that if you want to send in a question that needs answering or anything else at all, then please get your nearest peanut-headed guff sheriff, sorry, I mean grown-up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Or you can reply to an episode on the Spotify Q&A or leave a nice review on Apple Podcasts. And please check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk too to find out when we're doing a live show near you. So listeners, I'm still so thirsty. I keep trying the taps. I've now got so many sausages. Some are hot, some are cold, some are in a casserole, some are in a bake. One was in custard. That was disgusting. And I'm so thirsty. I just want a glass of water. But I found the number for the water company. So let's try this. Hello, is that the water company?
Sausages!
Yes, that is what I'm calling about. Do you know what's coming out of my taps instead of water?
Sausages!
Yes, exactly. I don't want it anymore. I'm really sick of these.
Sausages!
Please, can you just put the water back? Anything except...
Sausages!
Thank you. I'm so glad you understand.
Sausages!
Bye. Ah, what a nice customer service person. Hopefully that should be sorted out straight away and I can finally get a nice cold glass of water. Let's give it a try. Pies! Hot pies! No! Bye!
You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents. Radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense. It's the end.